Hi, my beautiful followers. It's Addison on this just peaceful Sunday going into the evening. I just got back from yoga class and then just a ton of errands. Went up to see family and just connect and just ran around a little bit today, getting some stuff together for the week. And then, like I said, just went to a good yoga class, so all nasty and sweaty. Hence my beautiful appearance today. My beautiful appearance and in yoga clothes, no makeup, and nasty hair. But that's life. That's real life. This real life. I don't put on any fancy airs for anybody. This is me, real and authentic. But I was driving home from my family's house today, just kind of thinking and going home, enjoying just the sun and the beautiful weather and some good music. I was just totally jamming, totally grooving. I was high vibe in the car. I actually probably looked like a crazy woman driving because I was like singing, and yeah, I was doing craziness, but driving safely. But I was thinking as I was driving, like, life feels fantastic right now. But I feel like on top of the world. Life is going really amazing. But there was like one or two things. I was talking to some family members. I was like, oh yeah, like this is kind of going on, that's kind of going on. But they were really small. And I found myself really talking about all the amazingness. And then, yes, I would drop in these little pieces. And then right before I left, I checked my email, and I had gotten an email from a client, and this client had gone on a date, and they were like, oh my goodness, like, this woman is fantastic. She has this and this and this. And they noted all the beautiful elements that this date that they had and as her personality traits and kind of things she has going on. And he was like, but, and whenever we use the word but, we need to really pay attention to what's after that but, because usually that is us wiping away everything that has happened. I like to use the term and, but he said but. I have one client who's like, I totally got that from you, Addison. Like, now every time I hear the word but, I actually have to change it. I'm like, and. But anyway, so this client was like, I love all these elements about her, but she's got this and this going on. And they were small things. And he's like, I'm not sure if I should continue because, these two things, they could really get on my nerves. And I was driving, I was coming home from family's house, and I was thinking back to when I was a kid, and this actually is not my kind of rule. It's actually a rule that my father came up with years ago, and it's not a real rule. It's just something that kind of pops in my head. And it was this saying that, like, every time he would do something kind of silly, because we all have our moments of falling down. So, like, my mother would be like, hey, can you stop at the store and get milk? And he would forget. But other than that, he was doing really good. And so he'd be like 80-20, 80-20. 80% of the time I'm on it. I'm good. I'm like, you're loving me. And then 20% of the time I fall down. on my butt and I make a mistake and shit happens. And he joked about this throughout my life. And when I was a kid, I'd be like, yeah, Dad, yeah, you're 80-20. Yeah, you left your dirty socks on the floor. Mom's going to be like 80-20, at least, because I am blessed with a wonderful father, who, and my parents are really, have always been in love and really were high school sweethearts. They had their whole romantic story that I won't go into. But yeah, he would go, I'm 80-20. And as I work with people in dating and relationships, as the single sex queen that I am now calling myself, I noticed this picking at the 20%. And it doesn't have to be technically 20%. Like, this is just like a number we throw out, but we pick on these little things and we wash over all these beautiful elements of a relationship. Now, when the negative starts to outweigh the positive, that is a time when we need to really look at the relationship, look at what we're getting from it, look at if it's the right fit for us, look at if it's vibrationally working for us anymore. But I think we've come into a society where we just get rid of people. It's like, well, let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. They piss me off. They made me uncomfortable. You know, she forgot to call, whatever it might be, and we get rid of them. We go, okay, like, I'm just going to go see somebody else. Instead of kind of working through the hard stuff, working through the 20%, working through the moments where you're like, oh, I want to kill them. I want to kill them. I can't believe they left their dirty socks on the floor one more time. But also, we oftentimes don't pay attention to all the positives. And this is for people in any type of relationship, not just new relationships. If you have been married 50 years and you know what I'm talking about, you have to really focus in on those moments that are blissful, that are beautiful, and you'll get more of those. You'll get more of those. What we focus on expands in our world. And this is not just a rule I like to use for relationships, though it is very applicable to relationships. But like I said, today I was driving home, and really my life is more like 90, 95, 10%. Like, that's kind of more because life is really good right now. I'm rocking it out. I'm loving my life. But it goes for life too. Like, looking at, like, I could focus in on that 10 or 5% that I'm like, yeah, that's not going so great. Yeah, that could be better. That could be better. That could be better. But instead, focusing in on, like, wow, like, so much amazing things are flowing into my life right now. Same thing goes for relationships, guys. This mirrors our relationships in that we have to focus in on the beauty and the strength of those that we are in relationship with. If you are focused in on the negative of a relationship consistently, that relationship will eventually die. You will build resentment. You will lose the love and the true compassion, the true connection. So I ask you today to really look at your relationships and go, is it 80-20? Is it 90-10? Is it 50-50? Is it 50-50? Because in truth, 50-50 is not good enough. Because that means that half the time it sucks and half the time it's amazing. You really need to look at now, relationships, like anything, are always flowing. So you could be in a bad period, you could be in just a stressful moment where it is 50-50. But if generally it's more, wrong hand, it's generally more good than negative, then you can work through those difficult times. But I want you to really look at the positives of the people you're in relationship with, especially those romantic partners, but even your friends, your family members, you know, siblings, your bestie, your colleagues, but particularly those that you're in intimate relationships with, really looking at all their positive strengths, looking at these beautiful pieces that they do bring to the table, that they do offer to you, looking at yourself and going, where do I rank myself? Am I most of the time, am I a good lover? Am I a good friend? Am I a good partner or a colleague? Like, do I bring stuff to the table? Because the truth is, we cannot expect perfection. We cannot expect perfection out of anybody. Nobody is perfect. And when we try to be perfect, when we expect those in our lives to be perfect, what we end up doing is just creating inauthenticity. People cannot be authentic with us. They can't be in an integrity with us because they end up hiding, because nobody is perfect. Not one of us is perfect. So it is bringing that 20% of, I fell down, this isn't the best personality trait, but it's real and it's me, out into the open. But then focusing in, really honing in on all the beauty, all the blessings, all the love, all the light that you get from somebody or that you're giving. And so really looking at that. And so when I say the 80-20 rule, it's not a hard and fast rule. It's a silly little rule I picked up along the way. But really looking at how that applies to your life, how that applies to your relationships. Where is your focus? Is it on the 80 or is it on the 20? And ask yourself how you can flip that focus back to the 80%, the more positive, the thriving elements in your life, instead of sending your energy into the negativity that's always only going to pull your vibration down, only going to pull that relationship down. So on that note, I feel complete. Feel like you got the point. Feel like you guys all got the point. Thank you for jumping on here. I see so many beautiful people following me, jumping on. I'm so pleased. Thank you for all your comments. I love them. And on that note, I have so much going on in January. I'm not going to announce it all. So go to my events page, addisonbell.net/events, or you can just go to addisonbell.net and click on the calendar. I have my Solo Tantra, which is a 3-day online program that is happening January 22nd. Then on the 18th, I am doing Tantric Reboot with Kendall Williams, and so those are the 2 big events. I have a free event also on my calendar for January, so there is so much beautiful learning and expansion and connection going on. So please get your ass to one of my workshops, whether that's online or in person, or if you want to work with me one-on-one, fill out an application. I do online, I do in person. Just connect with me. All right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Love, light, and tons of blessings. Bye, guys.